Good evening, and welcome to yet another quaint little ASMR video. Or is it? I don't know. It might just be a little different than usual. I hope I caught you doing well, all of you guys. But if not, then as always, I hope that I can at least improve your mood a little bit. Maybe help you fall asleep. Maybe help you relax, study. Maybe just entertain you, even. I don't know. What I do know is that I am Avande, and today you're seeing my face, and by extension, the real me. Whoa. I know, crazy that you're seeing me, just as I live and breathe, mostly. And this time for real, in case you were wondering, you weren't, but I recorded this before. I recorded this already today, and then I realized that there was a weird audio filter on the microphone with noise suppression, and basically all of the ASMR sounds non-existent, and that sucks. So I had to do it again. Good thing though, because it was bright and early morning, and so this window right here was just burning your eyes out. Because I usually don't record later in the day. I usually do record early in the morning. But this had a positive effect. But in order to get to the gist of this video, which is like, first of all, thank you guys for the incredible support. Like, oh my god. By the way, over there where I'm looking to is my monitor where I see myself. And I do want to see what I do. And if everything works out, so I'll be looking a lot in that direction. And I won't look a lot into the camera because I suck at eye contact, and the camera makes it worse somehow because it's weird. But because this is a video where I tell you facts about me, the first fact kind of tells you why I'm doing a face reveal at 100 subscribers. And the first fact, which is like openly known already, but I am German, and because of that, I am naturally against whimsy and wonder. And what is being a furry about if not, creating a cool persona and kind of bringing up or creating the illusion of being a cool anthro animal online, and hiding your own identity. But like, no fun allowed with us Germans, so this is me, the real me. Obviously, I speak with a lot of irony here, but no, I am German, and so I just wanted to do a face reveal, which has nothing to do with the fact that I'm German. This is off to a good start. Another thing, and this is not a fact, or it doesn't count towards the 51 facts about me, is that I am 25 currently. So this one's on the house. I won't add it to your tab. Enough with the hand sounds because they are getting tired. I don't know. I wanted to start with this. I don't know if you guys still remember this trigger. Crazy. Crazily popular like 6 years ago, probably. I tried this out before. I will try it out a little bit, but the sounds are pretty loud, and so I think I'm not gonna actually pop them too much. By the way, this chair, fuck this chair, but I don't have anything else right now. That's what I mean with the severity of the sounds. But this is going to be a long video anyway, so let me get into the facts now. Fact number 2. My real first name is Dandy, which is not a typical German first name. And you guys can obviously still call me Abonde. I would actually prefer that, but now you know my real name. Fact number 3. I love playing video games. Which, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that I am a gamer looking like this? But it is just the truth. And so the next few facts will be kind of about this. Fact number 4. My favorite game currently is Baldur's Gate 3. I love Baldur's Gate. In fact, I do love just fantasy RPGs. But Baldur's Gate 3 is so refreshingly cool and intricate, while not being too complex. And there's so much you can do, even without mods, but then you add the mods and it's fantastic. So I love the game. I love Baldur's Gate 3. My favorite video game trilogy or franchise, this is fact number 5, is Mass Effect. So, little fact about me, another one, there's 51 of them, is that I love space and science fiction. And out of all these space or science fiction games that exist, Mass Effect just is fantastic. Do mind I said trilogy or franchise, because technically Mass Effect is a franchise. It spans more games than just a trilogy. But we don't talk about Andromeda, so the trilogy is perfect. I love it. The close second in this category is Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia is actually the very first video game series that I got into, and basically the one that turned me into a gamer and showed me the wonder of gaming, at least PC gaming, because I did have a Game Boy before, but no, Prince of Persia was really, really cool. And still is. Third favorite franchise, Assassin's Creed, not so much in recent years. You probably know why. Fun little fact, Assassin's Creed would not exist were it not for Prince of Persia, because the idea for Assassin's Creed came from Prince of Persia. Ubisoft said, hey, let's create, or let's make a Prince of Persia game where you don't play as the prince, but as one of his personal assassins, you know, and bodyguards. And then the others said, but then you don't play the prince anymore, so it's not a Prince of Persia game, so it was scrapped and later recycled to become Assassin's Creed. Fun little fact. There is no Assassin's Creed without Prince of Persia. Fact number 6. My favorite Pokemon is Toxtricity. I love that Goober. I love how smug he is and how much he doesn't care. Especially like the low form, or specifically the low form, so the blue one, and not the yellow one. I really, really like the blue Toxtricity form is like perfect. I love it so much. And under more fortuitous circumstances, I would have an artwork of me and Toxtricity already, but scheduling happened and stuff like that, so I'm still waiting on that. I will probably publish it on my channel once I have it. But yeah, there's something in the works. Fact number 7, my favorite video game companion. And that would be Garrus Vicarian, who is a Mass Effect companion. By the way, Mass Effect has like, or what separates Mass Effect from other sci-fi RPG games is I love the alien species in Mass Effect. It's like, because if you look at Star Wars, like a lot of the old aliens were just humans with like a mask on, basically, because of, you know, what you could do back then. But like Twi'lek and Rhodians and other alien races that I cannot come up with right now, but they were basically just human with weird head. Mass Effect has so much more like distinct like body forms and shapes and whatever, like Krogans and Turians, and Garrus is a Turian, and I absolutely love Garrus. Unpopular opinion, also love Garrus as a romance interest, not just as a best buddy. He's like perfectly written. Such a cool character. I recommend you play Mass Effect if you haven't already. It's fantastic. A close second video game companion, though it is modded, is Inigo from Skyrim. Someone, and by someone I mean the mod author Smart Blue Cat, created Inigo, who is a blue or indigo colored Khajiit follower. Very foul-mouthed, very funny, extremely funny in fact, very much integrated into all the major quests in Skyrim, commenting on everything. I love that goober. But he's modern, and so I opted to take Garrus instead. Fact number 8, my favorite TV shows in order are The Mandalorian. It is what it is. Game of Thrones, and then Moon Knight. Now, I do have to say that, oh my god, he's talking about his favorite TV shows and then brings up a Marvel TV show. Like, what is happening? But Oscar Isaac does an incredible job in the show. He plays the main character. It's about Egyptian mythology, which is always cool. I love Egyptian mythology. It has Ethan Hawke. It's such a good show. Like, even if you don't like Marvel, give it a watch. It doesn't really tie into anything else. It's its own thing with incredibly interesting dive into someone's psyche. I love it. And Game of Thrones just, you know, came through for me when I needed it most, which was like school, the school years. I just watched Game of Thrones and got through school with that. And Mandalorian is Mandalorian, and it's Star Wars, and it's why I love Star Wars now, and why, like, my favorite, like, type of character that I would love to create in a Star Wars environment isn't a Jedi or a Sith anymore, it's a bounty hunter. Number 9, my favorite Marvel character, and have 3 guesses as to who it is. It's Rocket Raccoon. Like, who am I kidding? The one distinct and, like, the one character worth remembering who's an anthro animal. It's Rocket Raccoon. Like, I'm very basic furry coded in that way. And speaking of, fact number 10, my favorite anime is Beastars. And I mean, how could you tell that my favorite anime would just be Beastars? Like, how could you tell that my favorite anime is just Beastars? Whatever would give you the impression that my favorite anime is just Beastars? But I'm just incredibly basic like that, but I just love Beastars. The manga is also really good, or manga. I still made the same mistake in the previous recording. I don't know how to pronounce it. But Beastars is great. Okay. Fact number 11. I lived through 12 years of school, and my favorite subjects at school were English and music. English is cool, like as a subject, at least when your country's main language isn't English, because then you just really focus on learning the language and not the like super boring write 20 essays, because that's the boring part about English at school. And music is just music. Music is my life, if anyone gets that reference. Probably not. Fact number 12. I studied at university for a year, but then COVID hit. Actually true. I tried to study at university for 2 semesters. They both didn't go great. I had terrible grades because I have zero self-discipline. And then also COVID hit, so 1 semester, homeschooling basically while still having to pay rent. It was fucked basically. So I stopped. And then after that, fact number 13, I trained to be a child or youth care worker for 4 years in a school. And now, fact number 14, I work as a youth care worker in a residential care home. And it's awesome. And some of you might think, oh, like, it's awesome? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're probably not taking your job very seriously when you say something like that. And there's a lot of, like, negative stereotypes about working as a youth care worker. And the thing is, they are still based on like real life and on facts, but as is the case with stereotypes, they might be based in truth, but they are not the whole truth, right? That's the thing about stereotypes. And I do have to say, like, when I was learning to be a child care worker or youth care worker at school, we had very little like lessons about youth care work. We had one day where someone from that field of work came to us and told us about it all day, and she was like, oh, when you work in that field, sometimes you really have to worry for your own health and safety. And it's like, oh, cool, so don't work there. And then they said, that's funny, but also for this year's internship, you do have to work there, after being told that, like, your health is in danger if you work there. Great. But through the forced internship, I did learn that I just like that field of work very much. I love it so much that I am now working in it. It's really cool. And it's like, because the youths that you work with might be troubled, but they are not like at fault, because most of the time it's the families who fucked up, right? And you try to save those kids and adolescents from the fucked up families, and that's what the work is for. It's not because those youths are like the aggressor, they are the victim. But yeah, it's a cool field to work in. Fact number 15. To get a little geographical, I live in the eastern part of Germany. Not so fun about that, or not such a fun fact, but I have been called a Nazi by other Germans based only on where I live. Granted, it was in online games like Call of Duty or Valorant, but it's baffling to me how someone will say, oh, you come from the East, and so you're a fucking Nazi. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I don't know you don't know me, but yeah, it's a little fucked. And based on that, fact 16, I don't particularly like being recognized as a German on the internet, especially by other Germans, because judging from my experiences, I'm gonna shuffle through. Based on my experiences, sometimes on some games, Germans are just the most aggressive and obnoxious people to meet. That's all in the past, but it's still kind of in my mind, ingrained in my mind. That's why I don't like interacting with other Germans online very much. And if I meet someone and I notice that they are German, I try everything in my power to not let them know that I'm German, because then they talk to you in German and it gets even worse. But yeah, I'm also a hypocrite because I don't really hide the fact that I am a German. But something in the back of my mind is like, don't let anybody know. I don't know. Fact number 17, I'm single. Fact number 18, I live in a very mountainous region. You can't really tell because it's dark out. And we have a lot of snow. And I love snow. I love winter. My favorite season. And because we have all of these mountains and hills outside, sometimes it just looks really idyllic and cozy when the whole hillside is just covered in snow, right? And the trees are covered in snow, and you're on the inside, warm, it's really cozy. I love that. Fact number 19, I have a driver's license because the public transport here where I live is practically non-existent. Like, if you miss a bus, you might just have to wait like 2 hours to catch the next one, which is fucked. And so it's imperative that you get a driver's license and your own car here. Like, I live in a very rural area in a little village. Like, if I was in a big city, then it wouldn't be a problem, and there would be enough trains, and subways and buses to catch. But not here, so I need a car. Fact number 20, my favorite travel location, and that would be Belfast, Northern Ireland. So for my 18th birthday, we decided to take a vacation in Belfast. First of all, or the first reason being, I wanted to be in an English-speaking country, just to evolve my own, English skills, and be able to use them. And second of all, because Belfast is where a lot of Game of Thrones was filmed. And so we did some Game of Thrones tours, and the Titanic Museum over there is incredible and really worth a visit. And the whole city is just beautiful. I do want to go back to Belfast at least one more time in my life. It's such a nice travel location, from my opinion, or in my opinion. And if you are there, do a tour. Just go around the island and look at everything, all the, the countryside, the coasts. It's really, really interesting. And I love the accent. Enough of the book. I will grab this classic next. Just fuck around a little with it. By the way, I forgot to mention it before, but like if you look at this Google right here, and then look at me, basically the same. Like that's what being a furry is all about. You just make yourself, but cooler. Basically the same. Fact number 21. I love old vines. And if you, like, not wines, but vines. And if you don't know what that is, then bless your young heart. But Vine used to be an app, much like TikTok. In my opinion, a little better. You could upload like 6 to 7 second clips. Not longer, not shorter, up to 7 seconds. I just realized what I said. I'm not gonna talk about it. And they were, like, I do have to say, I probably think they are funnier because of nostalgia mainly. Also, kind of unfiltered humor, kind of problematic if you were to look at the vines now, like political correctness and stuff, not as much of a topic back then. Fact number 22. I dislike bugs. And now, that's not a slight on any of my viewers. Like, if you have cool bugs owners, then hell yeah. I know at least one person. But like in real life, I just don't mess with bugs. Like, I probably have a phobia. It's not diagnosed, but I don't like bugs. I just don't like getting bitten or bit. I don't. Down. Or stung. I don't know. I did one time have a really, really big bug just on my foot, and I tried to shake it off and it wouldn't let go, and I screamed bloody murder, and my parents had to rush to my side and take the bug away. When I was younger, probably like 10, so that might have something to do with it. Fact number 23. I love singing and playing the guitar, and I have been in my school's choir for 4 years, which were like some of the happiest times of my life, honestly, because the choir teacher was really, really cool. It was nice to come together as a collective and just have like these massive scores and massive musical numbers. It was really, really nice. And it also made me confident to sing and to at some point just start singing solo. So yeah, I'm gonna talk through the role for a little bit. Fact number 24. I have been drawing inconsistently since 2016. Now the thing is, what I mean by that is that I have been drawing, or I started drawing in 2016, but I only draw like 1 or 2 pictures a year, which is not a lot. And so my backlog of pictures is incredibly small. And if I go by the 1 or 2 year margin, then I've already met my quota for this year, because I drew 2 pictures just last week. But I draw, technically, not very well, but I do. It's just the practice that I'm not getting in because I'm lazy and not motivated. Fact number 26 is that I was a brony before I became a furry. Think of me as you will, because of that. I don't know why I decided to like My Little Pony all of a sudden in 10th grade and kind of weird people out with that. I just did. But it's a delightful show. I just lost interest at some point. Fact number 27. I made my fursona back in 2019. So, but my god, this little guy has been around since 2019. So technically he's turning 7 this year. And like basically nothing changed about his design. So yeah, I mean he has a beard now. He has grown up. Also wears glasses, and I'm gonna get into the other thing later. But yeah. Oh, that feels weird. Gonna try to do this for a little bit. Fact number 28. I like flannel shirts. I don't know if you noticed or could tell by the drip, which by the way I have to say, immaculate drip. Like if I do say so myself, it's an unconventional color, but like Sona colors kind of, and I just love this flannel shirt. And I also have the basic red one and a green one. Flannel shirts just rock. And it's like, if you get like a little hot, then you can just take it off. If it's a little cold, you put it back on. It's like so nice and so versatile. But like, yeah, drip, be drippin'. What can I say? Also, again, like you could probably tell in the laptop sticker video, if you've seen that, but extremely hairy arms, and I don't know why. Like, that was just, I guess, predestined at birth. Like, you basically look like an anthro animal. So become a furry. I don't know. This chair will be the death of either your relaxation or my nerves. I don't know. I don't know which one will go first. Okay, next up will be this comically large pencil that I received as a gift. I also showed this one before on the channel, but in case you don't know or don't know it yet, haven't seen it yet, it's just a large pencil. There's not much else to say about it. I do have to say, sadly, I clipped my nails right before recording, and that is stupid from an ASMR perspective. I skipped a fact. Oh no. I'm stupid. Fact 25. Five Nights at Freddy's is great and made me start drawing. I am probably gonna make a dedicated video going about over my art throughout the years at some point. And then you will see what I mean. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, love it. Made me fall in love with horror stuff. Basically. And my first drawing might have had to do with Five Nights at Freddy's. Who knows? I hate that I went out of order. Oh man. Fact number 29. That's a damning one, but I'm gonna get into it. Fact number 29. I am bald because genetics are crazy, and I know that you sat in your chair or laid in your bed and thought, that hat is kind of weird, and he probably just wants to cover up his bald head. And you're absolutely right. And like, who am I to deny you the pleasure of seeing the dome? I'm just bald like that. And I mean, the silhouette kind of gave it away, but yes, I do in fact cover up the 10 head with this nice cap. And so what I was saying earlier about my fursona, also inherited hair loss, I guess, and so incredibly bald under the hat. That's why he wears a hat. Oh, please don't make... Okay, cool. Back to it, and I have this lovely little notebook, also featured in another video, and I'm just gonna take down some notes. Like, I know I'm the one talking, and I'm the one giving the facts, but I'm also taking some notes about you. I hope you don't mind that. Number 30, fact number 30, my favorite food is lasagna. Because, let's be real, sometimes you just gotta honor the greats, the legends of the furry scene, like Garfield. Everybody likes Garfield. No, but I just really like lasagna. It's really my favorite dish. I love it. The timing of my triggers is terrible, but I'll get into it a little later. I wrote down something, I'm gonna have to skip it and get back to it later. And continue with fact number 31, which is that hyenas are my favorite animal. And the Lion King might have had a role in that, or played a role in that. I really do like the hyenas in Lion King, though they stereotypically show them as dumb creatures, and hyenas are not stupid. Hyenas are smart animals. But I still like the depiction, it's funny. And hyenas are just cool animals. I really, really like hyenas. I don't know when that started or why it is, but it just is. So, this guy, hyena, obviously, could have been something different, but I landed on hyena because I think they are red. And of course he has piercings, because otherwise it's just not a hyena. By the way, shoutouts to my favorite artist, furry artist right now, Zorki, who drew all of my amazing fursona art. Shoutouts to them. Fact number 32. Werewolves are better than vampires. That's not a fact about me, that's just a general fact. And I'm not even like talking about Twilight, I've never seen those, so yeah. But werewolves are fantastic. And kind of fun, because it has to do with that. But fact number 33, gnolls. There's nothing more to it. It's not really a fact, I just wanted to say gnolls. Just wanted to bring them up, because have you seen them? Gnolls are like werewolves, but hyenas, so cool. Fact number 34. Instead of normally enjoying things and regularly just cycling through different hobbies, different interests, I get hyperfixated on something and I only do that. Nothing else, just that, for 2 weeks, up to like maybe 2 months max. And then I lose all interest in that specific thing. And I need at least like, I don't know, 6 months to, just step away from that and not touch it again. That mostly happens with video games. Like back in spring of last year, of 2025, I started playing World of Warcraft, and I really thought that was gonna be my new favorite game. A month later, couldn't touch it anymore. Just got so sick of it all of a sudden. And now I know that that's like a symptom, like this behavior is a symptom of one thing or another. I'm pretty sure, diagnosed as a kid for having ADD. I have not since been diagnosed, and that was like in 2008 probably. So I don't have an official diagnosis. I don't know if I do have ADD. I do have symptoms that might hint towards me having ADD, but I'm also not gonna throw around a dubious thing that I might have just made up. I do have trouble concentrating, but who doesn't? Fact number 34. I dislike grinding or farming in video games. Get your head out of the gutter. But also the games with those features or those gameplay cycles are like my favorite games for some reason. Like Genshin Impact or Warframe are cool games where basically after some time all you do is like play the same level or do the same activity like 100 times every day just to get a specific drop. And that's boring to me, but I don't know why they are so appealing to me, but those games are just what I play all the time. I'm back on Warframe right now. I will get bored of it before long, I'm sure. I don't know. Neat. Next trigger, and this is a bonus thing that I wanted to bring up before, but then I just started the last trigger, and that is that my favorite type of trigger is actually visual over auditory. And excuse me, my favorite trigger of all time is flashlight following or flashlight tracing. I'm a visual learner and I'm a very visual person, and so I just love visual triggers, and I find it interesting that they also work. And I'm never gonna get the chance to do it again, so I'm gonna do some flashlight triggers right now. Now, I know some of you had instant neuron activation with that sound, but no, this is not any type of training. Bad. Don't you do this. Also, kind of cool that now that it's dark outside, the flashlight triggers work a lot better. I might actually just turn off the big light. Ooh, didn't think of that before. Okay. I'm also not good at coordination, especially when I look at a camera. And so this is just screwed. Oh, it's losing battery. Oh, it's gaining battery. Now you see it. Now you don't. You don't actually see it. Now you do. My big ass forehead is in the way. Damn. I'm just gonna hold for the cool visual triggers for a second. Now, I don't know if the camera's gonna focus. It did it! Damn, this webcam is so old. But it worked. Wow, that's doing nothing. Cool. Stop. There is nothing to be gained from that sound. This is a stronger flashlight. This is gonna... Damn. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Damn, what the fuck? Okay, now follow the light and don't burn your eyes out. Just follow the light. Don't cry about it, just follow the light. It's as easy as that. Just focus on any of those 3 million different bits or pixels of light. Pick any of those. Damn, can I? This is just gonna fuck the camera. But it focused again. It didn't do that. Okay, before. Okay, I'm really sorry for basically flash banging you. But also, you like the sounds. The clicking. And your weakness disgusts me. I do unironically also watch those videos sometimes, so like, who am I to judge? I don't judge. Right. Back to the facts. That was a weird little tangent. I'm actually gonna drink for just a sec. I am a little tired. I don't know if you can tell. Fact number... Oh, that's a funny one. Fact number 36. I basically learned English by watching Markiplier. And I'm not kidding. Like, you do learn English at school, right? But what you learn is like the professional, polite version of English. But that only takes you so far, because who in their day-to-day life talks like a textbook, right? And so I would just put on Markiplier videos, turn on the subtitles, and just pick up on like everyday phrases and like, I don't know, stuff like that. Well, that's a delicate trigger. And like, Markiplier is cool, right? We can all agree. And so it was a blast just watching his videos and just expanding my knowledge of the English language. But I learned more about English, like the language, through the internet than I did through school. Like, what I learned on the internet, I could implement at school and get good grades for it. Fact number 37. My favorite musician is Phineas. You might have known that already if you've watched a certain other video. But Phineas is fantastic. My favorite band is Imagine Dragons, and yes, I unironically like Imagine Dragons. I really, really like their music. And I've listened to it ever since like 2015, I think. But yeah, Phineas, pure vibes. And I do like Billie Eilish as well. And like the last thing I listened to a lot was her latest album. But like, Phineas will always have a special place in my heart. Okay. Different trigger, kind of the same in principle, but with a faux leather bag that I've also featured already. Fact number 38. I have not yet watched Hell of a Boss or Has-Been Hotel. And that is entirely my own fault. I do have to watch them still, because there's like certain characters that I love, like Husk or Blitz, characters like that. And I have heard some songs and I greatly enjoy them, but I just don't have the motivation to start watching it. I have to at some point. Fact number 39. It expands my my index of hints of degeneracy. I collect two things, and those are Funko Pops and plushies. As you could maybe tell by looking here at all the Funko Pops that I've displayed. And I brought one with me, my latest purchase, which is Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate 3. I unironically do like Funko Pops. I think they are cool. Very unpopular opinion, I take them out of the box. Because, like, I understand at a certain point, but do you want to showcase the box, or do you want to showcase the figure inside of the box? I don't want to show the fucking box, I want to show the figure, and so I take them out. But a lot of people don't like that, and I'm probably gonna get flamed for it, but that's fine. Whatever. While I talk about plushies, though, you might remember this guy. Fun, Eevee, Squishmallow, great for hugging, especially when you try to fall asleep, or so I've heard. I, of course, don't know from real life experience. But, love this little goo-boo. I am basically just kind of choking it that no. But I just want to squish it. But it doesn't really make much noise. It does, you see this furry part, this really fluffy part, it's perfect for mic brushing. But you already know that one. I do have a new one, the latest addition to my collection, which is just Mimikyu. But it's really cool. I really like it. Fun little fellow. Although if you want to pet him, and this is like where you would have to pet the actual thing. Neat. I see what I have planned. I will fuck something up. With what I've planned for later. Where were we? Right. Fact number 40. I am eternally sleepy. And I like this fact because in honor of at least one person watching, let me just rephrase that and say I am sleepy forever. Nobody will get that. Nobody but like one or two people. No, but like I am either sleep deprived or I overslept. There's no like balance. There's no perfect point where I just have slept enough and I'm ready to start the day. I'm always tired. And in fact, my Sona is always tired as well, eternally, forever. Because they do have baggy eyes, and I try to make it a point that every artwork of my Sona has baggy eyes because that's just how they be. Next up, I have two really cool books that I want to show. This one is called Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. It's the second part. The first book is called Six of Crows. It's a really, really cool book. I love, this is the collector's edition, so it has a lot of cool, like intricate design things on it, like the cup with the crow, the hand, the cool playing cards, and this skull. And on the back it says, when you can't beat the odds, change the game, which is cool. Hell yeah, cool book. Sounds great. I know damn well that left to right does nothing. This is a mono microphone. It doesn't have stereo. I guess it just looks cool. And the second book, a little more problematic maybe, is H.P. Lovecraft, Tales of Horror. Yes, H.P. Lovecraft is the Cthulhu guy. That's why there's a lot of tentacles on here. H.P. Lovecraft also incredibly racist, so read with care if you read it all, but I really like the design of this book. I think it's really, really neat. Yes, the price tag is still on there, exposing myself yet again. Fact number 41. 9 out of 10 things that I draw are for friends or people I look up to. Here's the thing with me. If I do something, then I need to be motivated to do that. And like, if I draw something, then like, of course I want to draw something for someone else, but it's not entirely like without a reward for myself. I want to have a reaction to what I'm drawing, and you get a reaction to something you've drawn by dedicating it to someone else and hoping that they react to it and maybe show their gratitude or something. So like obviously I still draw things to, you know, do something cool for someone else, but also I'm kind of just looking for gratification and for like a commendation. So I don't know if that makes it worse or not heartfelt, but I am ready to receive judgment for that. Fact number 42. My favorite color is green, and my second favorite is beige, which is a huge shocker, I'm sure, especially if you look at my fursona. There's like none of the colors of my fursona or something. Like, green and beige? Weird. Okay, I'll just grab the next trigger, which is incidentally also my time to take a sip. But I'm gonna get to this later. Fact number 43. I originally wanted to call this very video 70 minus 1 facts about me and list 69 facts for no other reason than because I thought it would be fun, which tells you a lot about me. But I could for the life of me not find 69 facts about me. I struggled finding as many as I did, and so I scrapped that idea. I just thought you would want to know. Fact number 44, which is probably a little more interesting, but I was very, very close to having a protogen sonar, and my life would have been entirely different. Like, obviously. But no, I am not a toaster. I could have been, but I'm not. I am a hyena. Oh well, my personas. I sometimes find it weird to like refer to myself with my or as my sonar. It's still like two different entities. I treat it more like a mascot, I guess. An extension of myself, but still a mascot. Is probably a good way to put it. Fact number 45. I have a weird obsession with the McDonald's rainbow glasses, as you can tell. And that's based on nothing but a little tragic, but also bullshit story where when McDonald's brought out the glasses, and among them the rainbow glass, I tried really hard to get one because they are like, they run out on day one whenever they bring out glasses. But I managed to get one, and I would exclusively drink stuff out of that glass. But then one day my dad just accidentally smashed it. I was really sad about that. Like, I was incredibly upset because I didn't have my rainbow glass anymore. And so basically, for a few years after that, it would be me saying, oh, this is where I would drink out of my rainbow glass if I had it, but I don't. And finally, like last year or 2 years ago, a colleague of my mother's said, oh, I still have one lying around, you can just have it. And now I have a rainbow glass again, and I keep it at my place so that it doesn't, or like, so that I'm responsible if it breaks. Fact number 46 is that I can solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, granted, my Rubik's Cube is fucked because it's missing a tile, but it is a red and white tile. And to show you that I can solve the Rubik's Cube, I'm just gonna do that until the end of the video. I might not be able to talk while I do it. I wasn't able to talk last time, but let's see. Very riveting visuals of me trying to... Oh, I'm probably gonna do it here so that you don't think I'm cheating. That might be like extremely crunchy sounds. But it is what it is. Fact number 47, and it's not about Hitman, is that the first anime I ever really got into was Dragon Ball. Now, granted, as a kid, I did watch stuff like One Piece or Naruto because it was shown on like cable. But like the first one I really got into and had an interest in watching was Dragon Ball, because my best friend said, hey, I'm watching Dragon Ball right now, do you want to watch with me? And it was Super, Dragon Ball Super. It was the Tournament of Power arc with Jiren, and like, I love Jiren, such a cool character, and I really liked the arc. And then I just got into Dragon Ball so much, playing games and figuring out the story by playing games, because I still think having an interaction instead of just watching something is a lot better and cooler. And a lot more enjoyable too. But yeah, nowadays I enjoy Naruto a lot more than Dragon Ball. But I still think that Dragon Ball is really cool. It's just something about Naruto. Maybe it is the nine-tailed fox. I'm not sure. It might just be the anthropomorphic animal guys. I don't know. What have I done? No, that's correct. Okay. It's not really correct actually. I just remembered what I have to do. I haven't. I actually haven't. That's awkward. Okay. Gonna have to backtrack a lot because I forgot how to do the next step. Damn. I'm probably gonna have to focus on solving this for a little while. Oh my god, that's how you do it. Neat. No, wait. You guys, I just fucked everything up. That sucks. Is that yellow? No. I do actually, like, unironically have to do it again. I swear I know how to do it. It worked so well the first time. I'm tired. I already did this shit once. Okay. Oh my god, that's how you do it. I forgot. No, I'm not gonna explain what I'm doing. I am confused enough as it is. Oh. Okay. It's like one step away from being solved. Next trigger. I don't know which one to pick. Just my phone. Right. Okay. Fact number 48. I'm really sorry for just spacing out. It's really late. It's not really late. It's like 7 p.m. Whatever. This just matches the energy perfectly. Fact number 48. I have a black guitar. Sorry. Damn. I'm gonna fuck something up, but this is my black guitar. It's really cool. It's really cool. I love just the black and white. It's really neat. Really cool. And I just thought you find it interesting that I have a black guitar. Please don't fall and break. Okay. Fact number 49. I love origami. I have nothing to show for it. I literally have not a single origami piece here right now. But I do like origami. Fact number 50. I'm gonna switch those around. Fact number 50. I prefer green tea to coffee. Which, yeah, I try to get away from coffee, and I really do like the taste of green tea, and it's healthier, so hell yeah. Before we get to the last one, I'm gonna hopefully not embarrass myself and solve the Rubik's Cube. Bam. Yes, I can solve the Rubik's Cube until the end of the video. Told you. And fact number 51, last fact. I have now reached 228 subs, and I truly do not know how. This is like actually me talking without goofs. I do not know how I managed to reach it. And like seeing, like, okay, my channel, I started in early December, so it's 3 months old now. And I've seen the growth that it had up until this point. And I thought it would just stay like that. It would maybe sizzle a little, maybe have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 new subscribers per week. And I was fine with that. Because I don't have a cool like VR avatar. I don't have a fursuit. I'm just a guy. I'm just a silly little guy. Not that little. I'm 5'10". That's also one in the house. That doesn't count towards your fact tab. But yeah, I'm just a silly guy who makes stuff kind of in a weird way. And for that to actually take off, like still, I speak in relatives because I know there are 4-digit, 5-digit furry ASMR creators, but I used to be 2-digit like a few days ago. And then I, in absolute astonishment, just watched the channel grow kind of overnight with a mouth sounds video of all things. Like, hello. I mean, I did put what that mouth do in the thumbnail that might have done it, but huh? And like truly I was overwhelmed. I could not like reply to comments when they first started pouring in because I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to think. I thought YouTube had like bugs or stuff like that. And it's been crazy. And again, like I know there are people with so many more subscribers, but can you just off the top of your head imagine a room with like almost 230 people who all just are there because of you? Can you imagine something like that? I cannot wrap my head around that. That is crazy and overwhelming. And I'm incredibly thankful for all of you for like showing an interest in my weird antics. And at the end of the day, like I did say very transparently that I'm not doing YouTube. I'm not making an ASMR channel to make money. I'm not financially dependent on the success of my channel. That doesn't mean that I don't care about the channel or that I don't want to like focus on making videos and interacting with you guys. That does like kind of mean that I don't plan on ever making a Patreon though. I don't see the need to make a Patreon, because that's just more work. And I barely manage, like I didn't manage to upload every week, which is why the mouse sounds video turned out the way it was, because I struggled to bring out something, when I was behind on the schedule, self-imposed schedule, but still, I try to be more disciplined, like self-disciplined. I don't know. It's not going great, but I'm trying my best. And like, I am definitely motivated just by the reaction and the replies and comments and like the overwhelming positivity on the video, which is insane again. Man, I don't know what else to say. Just pouring my heart out. It's a little cliche, a little cheesy, and I know that at the beginning I said that I was German, and very dry and no emotions allowed and all that bullshit, but genuinely, thank you so much. I hope you like this. I hope you like this, I guess. I don't know. I hope you like this guy. Like, this is the important guy. Though I do always maintain the idea or the big concept behind my channel has always been, I don't necessarily want to create dedicated furry ASMR, because that exists. There's so many talented people making furry ASMR specifically for furries, obviously, and there's a cool playlist on YouTube that someone curated and made with like every furry ASMR artist on a platform, and like there's one video of each of those creators in the playlist. Funnily enough, I am part of that playlist. That's because of Reddit, and I'm hugely, immensely honored to be part of that playlist. But there are so many talented furry ASMR artists. What I strive to do with my channel is have the vibe of I just make ASMR, or this is an ASMR channel that happens to be made and maintained by a furry. It's not the main focal point, which is not true because I put furry in every title, but it's not like I am not someone who makes like clicker training videos or calling you a good boy or stuff like that. I just do ASMR and I ramble on about my life, and sometimes the topics are about being a furry, sometimes they aren't. It's like, obviously, because it's very subjective, there's no such thing as, oh, it's coincidentally made by a furry, because like I chose to have this guy represent me online, and have this persona or fursona represent me online instead of this, right? So it's very much still about being a furry, but it's not furry-centric ASMR, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that ends up making me like, how do you say it? If that ends up turning me into like an entry drug for getting into the furry fandom, then hell yeah, like I don't mind that. Because the furry fandom is cool for all its troubles. It's still very worthwhile to check it out and interact with it. I don't know. Nothing of this would be possible without the support of you guys. And if I didn't receive like cool comments under every single video I post, or some likes, or if I don't see the view count rising, then I would have probably lost interest in this project and just scrapped the channel. Because again, I need motivation, and if there's nothing to motivate me, then I just stop. But there's been so much to motivate me with this channel that I didn't foresee at all, and so I'm overwhelmed. It's really cool. I don't know what else to say, guys. This is weird. It's really cool, but it still feels weird. But without further ado, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could relax, maybe fall asleep, maybe just chill, maybe study, whatever you use this for. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. That's absolutely up to you. And whatever you choose to do with this video and with the channel and with whatever in the future is fine. Because just the reactions and interactions that have happened up to this point are more than I could have ever asked for. So do whatever you want. Maybe until the next one. I don't know. We'll see, won't we? But until then, have a lovely evening and good night.